What if I told you that being an autistic adult costs me thousands of dollars extra every year just to function in a neurotypical world? This hidden financial burden is called the Autism Tax. It's a reality that I face daily. As an autistic adult, I am here to share the cost of navigating a world that is not built for people like me. Today, I'll break down the workplace costs, the daily survival expenses, healthcare gaps, housing challenges that make up my autism tax. Let me start with how autism affects my potential earnings. There are employment challenges. There's a recent study that shows that 99% of autistic people did not receive employment assistance that they needed. 99% in the United States of America. There are at least 5.4 million autistic adults, probably more. That number is huge. We also don't receive necessary job accommodations many times, and so that means that we lose job opportunities, or we have lost income from sick days because of sensory overloads, meltdowns, and burnouts. There's professional development costs that we incur, social skills coaching for workplace navigation, interview preparation services, and my personal favorite, professional wardrobe that meets my sensory needs. I have to purchase specific clothes based on the texture and sometimes the design. Even things that are as simple as seams in socks can cause severe sensory disturbances. So it's important that we have the kinds of things that we need in order to thrive like everyone else. There are accommodation expenses, things like noise cancellation headphones. I have these and one other over-the-ear pair and one that goes directly in the ear, as well as earplugs, different types that I use for different social situations. There's specialized software and tools that I pay for, either a monthly subscription or a yearly subscription. And then there are transportation costs when public transportation is too overwhelming. Beyond work, my daily survival requires constant financial adjustments. I have to manage my sensory processing differences, which includes purchasing things like weighted blankets, compression clothing, weighted hoodies, special types of fans, in particular Dyson Quiet Fan and air purifier. And then there's food nutrition. Autistic people often have gastrointestinal issues. I am one of those people with those issues, and I spend $30 to $40 per month additional for supplements. There are social skills groups and group therapy and things like that we need as autistic people. I actually attend at least 2 meetings per month, and those are not free, but it is much needed community. While extensive research shows what sensory accommodations do to help adults, there's virtually no research documenting what we actually pay out of pocket for these daily necessities. This research gap itself reflects how society overlooks the financial reality of being an autistic adult. My own personal example, I totaled up in the last year what I've spent, and it's been over $3,300 on sensory regulation tools, specialized appliances, accessibility technology, none covered by my insurance. This doesn't even include the additional money that I pay because of having specialized doctor's appointments due to being autistic. There are mental health costs that are also included in this autism tax. We have to find autism-informed therapists, which is not easy. There's anxiety and depression that can occur related to masking. Burnout recovery and prevention strategies are also essential. There's medical advocacy, which we have to do for ourselves if we do not have advocates who will advocate for us. And then there are insurance limitations. Adult autism services are rarely covered, and so the things that we need are going to cost more. It cost me, I would say, probably close to $200 per month extra for therapists and other sensory needs that I have, because I see a therapist every week. I need that, and it's important for me to just exist. We're going to get into the housing modifications. There are so many modifications that are needed to be sensory friendly, or if not, paying higher rent to live in a quiet neighborhood with a specific layout. And then there are costs for social isolation. And it is very important for us as a society to understand that by excluding autistic people from society, by not including the needs of autistic people, then we are potentially missing out on a great part of our community that people just aren't aware of, or disregard. The autism tax is not about money. It's about being paid extra to simply exist. And that's what we want, to exist, and hopefully to also thrive. We need employers to provide real accommodations and healthcare that covers autism support as adults, and communities that see our differences and see our value as human beings. Thank you.